And from then, yeah, I mean, shoot, it's a two-score game, so obviously it wasn't going great for us, but it's a two-score game, and we gave ourselves opportunities getting down in there. We just didn't, we kind of stalled out and didn't capitalize on any of it.
You lost Garrett for a half, it seemed
Right.
like when he went out, it seemed like maybe there was a lull. How much of an impact did that have? I know he came back.
Yeah. I mean, I tried not to think about it. You could tell it was his ribs. I was hoping that it was, nothing crazy. Just kind of got the wind knocked out of him. So we'll see what ended up going on there. But I'm not sure how much guys thought about that once he was kind of off the field. You're so in the zone at that point when you're on the field and you're going through a drive. You don't really have time to think about it.
This team is so young. I think the veterans are being leaned on, but there was a lot of mistakes from the veterans today, including some penalties. Corey picks up that killer penalty, a few others. Is it tough that you guys haven't been able to kind of elevate the team more?
Yeah, listen, anytime you lose a football game and you're not able to get going as much as you want to, it's tough. So I think just as any football game goes, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and make sure that you're doing all you can to pull the team forward. At the same time, you don't want to press and make sure that and try to do too much and do other people's jobs. I think the message is from veterans, because we've been through so many different football games, is that it's just about doing your job and being there for the guy next to you. And as long as we all do that together, then that's when it works well. So that's what I would say.
You played a long time. I'm sure you've heard boos before. Boos got kind of loud out there. A chance for Mike White again. Is that frustrating to deal with at all?
Well, listen, I mean, when you're not winning football games, fans, and you're losing and you're struggling a little bit, fans want you to go out there and win football games. They're here to, to watch football, but they're here to watch their team win, So you get the frustration, but at the same time, like I said, I mean, it's a two-score game, and if we put one in the end zone there, we have more important things to worry about than listening to that stuff. It's our job to go play football, and that kind of stuff. It's going to happen here and there.
The pass run ratio was pretty lopsided. I think you ended up with over 50 attempts. Now, obviously, you're playing a little bit of catch up, but it was only a two-possession game for most of the second half. So, I mean, how hindering is that when you're just so one-dimensional on offense?
Yeah, obviously, when it's tough to talk about like the one dimension of it and things like that. You want to be able to run the ball, but you don't. When you run the ball, you want to be able to make sure that you're getting chunks. And I think in the second half, when we did start getting into some of those drives, we were getting a little bit more movement in the run game and doing some of those things. In the first half, I think we would like to get a little bit more out of that, so that we can kind of get into the flow of the game a little bit more and kind of put some pressure on those guys with our run game and our pass game combo, as opposed to having to drop back and do those kind of things as much as we have been.
The first interception, Joe?
I probably got greedy. I was trying to, force the ball down the middle of the field. They played Tampa too. I thought I could get it over that guy and just maybe get it in. I mean, the safety obviously was over top of Braxton too by the time the ball got there. So like I said, it was 3rd and 11, something like that. I think I just probably got a little bit too greedy and probably should have just continued to what I normally do, which is move on down the field and end up maybe checking it down. Live to fight another day, and a lot of times on those checkdowns, that guys end up getting first downs. You never know, so that's what I would say.
For you, I mean, the signs seem to be pointing toward Zach coming back this week. Do you expect to play this week, or have you been told anything?
Well, we'll see. I mean, you guys know. I don't know. Maybe you guys know more than I do. So I'm just going to keep my head down and keep working, and keep doing all I can to do for this team. Whatever that may be.
Everybody good?
All right. Thanks.
Well,